Well, hi everybody. How are y'all doing out there tonight? I think I'm looking the wrong way into this camera. Let me see if I can adjust it where I'm maybe more lined up. I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that's watching. I want to thank everybody that subscribed this week. It's been a little over a week since I got out. I was kind of sick this weekend. Lazy sick, not bad sick. I just couldn't bring it off. So anyway, listen to too much news. That's what happens to you. That's why everybody's so tired. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that's watching. I want to thank my new subscribers, and I want to thank everybody that's been doing the thumbs up. That's been helping my my views, I'm sure, and it always helps. So if you think about it, please do it, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I just want to thank everybody. You all have been so nice. A lot of stuff going on out there. I said this whole year was going to be just like a roller coaster. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Whatever. Just swish, swish, swish. Of course, here it is. By the time this gets out, it's going to be the first day of March. Seemed to kind of... When I was younger, I was terrified of March. It seemed like the whole 15 years I was married to my second husband, something horrible always happened in March. Usually something to do with our relationship for some reason, but anyway, I always just absolutely hated March when I was younger. Now I don't think that much about it, but hopefully some good things will happen. Maybe something will get started. Maybe something will get going the right direction. Maybe this trial will really get started. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that's still following me and still watching me, and all the beautiful comments. I love your comments, and I read every one of them. I read them twice sometimes if I'm looking for something to read on. So I just want to thank you for, let me fix this. I'm trying to... I've got an old grease towel here. I'm going to see if I can use it to get this glare out of my eyes. There, that might work. So, anyway, should have done this before I even turned the dill on. Got all this stuff lined up better. But you know how that goes. If I didn't plan more in my life, I might have, whatever, had a different life. Too late to worry about that now. Anyway, so if anybody wants a personal reading, you can get a hold of me at lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Just email me at lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And put your phone number in there, and I'll get back to you, and we'll set you up with an appointment, because I have openings. Even this next week, I have openings. So, where do we start? God. Every time I think, well, that's interesting, I'm going to talk about that. And then if I don't do it that day, 5,000 other things come out that's interesting. But I will tell you what my daughter told me, and this is before I heard it anywhere else, when I first called her, when I heard about that embryo deal, because I knew my grandson had some frozen embryos. I guess they had already, because they have 3 kids now, they had already told him that they could donate them to science, but I didn't know that. So I called her to talk to her about it, and she says, oh, what are they going to do now? She said, if say you got 32 embryos, do you get to vote for all of them? Do you get to deduct them off your income tax? So anyway, I thought that was funny, because at the time I needed something to lift me up, and that was right after it happened. And since then I've heard a little bit about the income tax deal or something like that. I don't think I heard anybody saying they could ask it if they got to vote for them. But that's just another one of these right-wing fantasies. Tell you what, low information voters is what it is. Just low information people people in the House, people in the Senate that didn't even know what in the hell it was. And I guess 3 different women came out from the House and Senate saying that they were all to get this undone because it was ridiculous, and a couple of them had it done. But when the bill came up to lock it in where this couldn't be messed with, all 3 of them voted against it. And if I'm not mistaken, they were all 3 Republicans. I know 2 of them were, maybe all 3 of them. So that's what's going on out there a little bit. A lot of stuff going on out there. Then we got a... feel like I'm cutting my eyes to the right or left or something. But anyway, it doesn't make any difference. No, I think people... I'm lucky if they listen to these. They don't have to watch them. But the 2 weirdest things I heard about today. The first one, well, this one I heard a couple of days ago, is this SpaceX in Taiwan, where Elon Musk refused to turn it on, the satellite on that operates it, and that's for Taiwan. And I'm sure the government paid to have him put that satellite in the air, that we finance the biggest part of it. That's the way all this stuff works. So what's going on with him? The last time I read cards, it came up that he might have been in on something to do with that information that went out to try to scare everybody about using nukes in space. So he's right in the middle of all this crap. He just... I don't even want to talk about him. I almost have the same regards for him I do for Trump. But the most weirdest thing I heard today, early this morning, was in Arizona. They just passed a new law, or they didn't pass it, that the governor said if it comes up on his desk, he's going to veto it. But it's going through their House or their Senate or something, where you can shoot an immigrant on your property and you don't even have to worry about it. You're totally in the right if you shoot somebody on your property that's an immigrant. So that could be somebody that's been over here for 20 years or somebody, and some of these farms and ranches are really big in Arizona. I've been down there. I used to work in the produce down there. I kept the books. I didn't go out and work the farms, but I went out and picked up the payrolls out in the farms. Some of them are huge. And anybody could be walking across part of their property. It's not all fenced off, but you can kill them as long as they're on your property. So now, if they was to get this through, you could imagine how many hundreds and hundreds of bodies they'd find probably just buried out there somewhere. They probably didn't call the police now in Arizona. I don't know, but the longer I live, the crazier everybody's getting. It's like nobody has any reasoning power, or was never taught to think about cause and effect even. It's just... even energy doesn't work that way. You can't just put out bad energy all the time and not have it come back and slap you in the face. And let's all hope and pray that... I know we're not supposed to wish anything bad, but let's just hope that Trump's energy is coming back to get him. That he's not going to get totally out of this life without it coming back to get him. And I always said the worst they could ever hurt him was be to take his money. And so maybe that's what's going to happen here. So, the thing's still in my eyes. So I don't know. What are we going to read on tonight? I can't imagine that. And there was 3 people promoting that bill to put it through the House in Arizona, or whatever they have to put it through to get it up to vote on it, where you could just kill an immigrant on your property for being on your property in Arizona. I never heard of anything so stupid in my life. That's even stupider than the in vitro fertilization. So anyway, if you haven't ever seen my channel before, my name is Lynn, and I do tarot cards, and I talk too much, but I don't know how to talk any less. I'm just a talker. So I think I'm going to start out reading on most of these questions I get from other people. The first one I have, well, the March 25th first criminal trial, that's when it's supposed to start. And of course, that's the actually using campaign money or campaign fraud's what it is, but they call it the Stormy Daniels. You know, they have to use the most seduction thing to do it. But anyway, will that case get to go to trial? It's supposed to go to trial the 25th in 25 days. And it would be wonderful just to see one thing happen that's supposed to happen. And I don't even want to talk about the Supreme Court, because every time I even think about them, I want to throw up. I can't believe that Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court when his wife was at the resurrection. If there was such a thing as a resurrection, she wouldn't be there. That's for damn sure. But she was at the insurrection and paid to have other people bust there. So yeah, so he really needs to be in on this, on whether Trump's immune. We got to get some of these people out of the Supreme Court, or either put enough people in there where they can't keep it unbalanced as it is. Maybe put some people in there that's got a brain between their ears. I think they need to put some more women in there between you and me. I'd say that would be the best thing. They want some people in there that can have the ability to reason things and the law, and know the law too. So, this may only take 2 cards. Will this criminal trial start in the Stormy Daniels / Michael Cohen? Might as well call it that. They've made such big stuff out of this ever since it happened. Will it? Is it going to start? Are they really going to have a trial, or is it going to get blocked like all the other ones? So, let's see what comes up here. Stormy Daniels. I always said Stormy would get him. Maybe it will be the first criminal trial to get started. If you go back through my videos and go back over 3 years, I always say that she'll be the first one to get him. It won't be her personally, but she'll be part of it. Well, if they did win this trial and it actually put the effer in jail, maybe they'd put you know how they're always carrying on about wanting their statues? Maybe they'll put a statue of her in the Capitol. Oh, Lord. So is this trial going to start? Maybe we'll just do a long read to start with him. I thought I'd just pull one if it comes up yes. Well, it starts with the deal being struck, so somebody's trying to make some kind of a deal, so let's go a little further. Because I know they're not going to make him a deal that he don't have to go to court, so let's see where this is heading. That's the signifier. Wow. And this must be Alvin Bragg coming in here. Prosecutor. Won't he be the prosecutor? Wow. And it is about money. He's so busy thinking about money. That's probably why right now maybe, but we're not trying to read his energy. We're trying to read the energy will this trial get started. So this is family money. So it's about money. That's the foundation. So the cards are saying we got it. They're going to try everything they can to delay this. Look at this. This is the energy. They're going to see if they can pay somebody off. And while we're talking about paying people off, in case I don't even get close to reading about anything about Fani Willis, I think somebody got to that judge. I don't even think they paid him off. Maybe they offered to pay him later or something. But when they first said that he was a Republican pick, I thought, uh-oh. And then everybody's had all this good stuff to say about him. That's the one that's got this bullshit going on that wouldn't even be going on if Bonnie Willis was white in the mill. He was from that. He's not only a Republican, but he was picked from that society that the last three judges came from. I can't think of what it's called. You guys know what it's called. I knew what it was called 2 seconds ago, and then I stopped to talk about something else, and now I can't bring the word up. But yeah, that right-wing, turning points crap people. I can't think of their name, the ones that have the prayer breakfast and stuff. Yeah, he's from that bunch of judges. And when he first got in there, even on the Midas Touch, they says, oh, but it looks like he's going to be a fair man and stuff. No, he's an asshole. And even if that trial gets started, I think they're going to have to fight like hell to win it, because I think he's going to be trying everything he can to swing it in Trump's way. That's just the feeling I get. But anyway, there's some bickering about it starting on time. This used to be my card for Trump, but I don't think he's the wealthy merchant anymore. So this is a yes card also, so I'm going to call it a yes card, because that hasn't been Trump's card for a while. Wow. Even if they start this on time, it goes quick, and he loses, this shows that he could be put in jail, going to jail, or thinking about putting him in jail. Information coming in. Alvin Bragg's got all the goods. This is in the 7th house. He's got everything. He's got, and papers to prove it, and papers to back it up. In fact, once this trial gets started, it's going to go so smooth, it's almost going to look easy. Going to look like he's some kind of magic man. And this is still for Alvin Bragg. That's the energy around him, the magician. The hopes and fears on this case is the death card. So I know that somebody that doesn't even think they have to pay a fine when it's been judged and whatever, put through and everything in court, like Donald Trump's doing right now, trying to say he'll pay 10% of it or something. I know he don't think that he's going to jail, but this is in the 9th house, and that's hopes and fears. So on some level, Donald Trump is terrified of this trial. It's the first criminal one. Maybe that's why. But he is absolutely terrified. And I love the idea that the king's under the horsehair. And the outcome is the Page of Pentacles. I'm going to draw a clarifier over this, but it looks like even if he gets convicted, it won't be for very long. Probably only be a couple of years or less or something. I mean, it'd be something really minor, a few months or something like that. And we all know that they ain't going to put his ass in jail, not before the election. But even if they smooth right through this trial and everybody finds him guilty, I think the judge is going to go easy on him. Let me draw one more just in case. Well, when he's found guilty, there'll be a lot of stuff coming, a lot of bullshit out there. We know that. Somebody might try to injure somebody. This is more of a losing your mind and staying awake all night card. But I'm going to cut these and see if I can get an ending on this. Yeah, I like that. So this is what the cards are saying. They're saying that somebody tries to make a deal to put this off, but it doesn't work because the prosecutor's ready to go. They got all the goods. They got all the paperwork, all the money, everything on it. Uh, there's going to be some heavy arguments, but yes, it is going to start. Looks like it's going to start when it's supposed to on the 25th. And it looks like Donald Trump's going to lose because Alvin Bragg's got every bit of the material, and he's got sideways, backwards, and crosswise. In fact, he makes this look easy. This trial almost looks easy to the people that get the chance to watch it. In the hopes and fears, somebody's really worried about this. And I'd say that's Trump, because if he's got another 25 days to be looking for this money and end up having them start liquidating his property, he's going to be worried even before he goes into this. This is about a small amount of money. So this isn't a trial, isn't about money. It's about guilty. So maybe they won't find him guilty of everything, although it looks like it could be on 8 counts. And here's the staying awake all night worrying about it, and when the verdict comes back, yeah, they find him guilty. So it looks like they're going to have the trial, and it looks like they're going to find him guilty. And I also think, from looking at these, it looks like it's going to go fast. It's just going to be boom, 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 because we got this, we got that, and like no explaining to do, no splaining. So that's what I feel about that, and I might be all wrong. If they don't have it, I wouldn't be the first one that was upset or mad, or I wouldn't be mad. I mean, I have to go by what the cards were saying, but it looks like that one is going to start. And so then my next question here is, will Trump appeal the $82 million for rape? And it was rape, just because it's not called that, and the clarification is rape in New York, just because they don't call it that out loud. But it is rape, and the judge said it was rape. So I should be able to say that without getting in any trouble. So the question that somebody sent me is, will Trump appeal the $82 million? Well, yeah, he has to put the $82 million up to appeal it. So this is more of a question: is he going to get the money? So let's see. And it would be stupid to even get the money. What he ought to, to even appeal it, what he ought to do is just pay it and get it off his back, so the interest quits adding up. He is so full of himself that he, on some level, he's so busy robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's not because he thinks if he gets in office that this can be dismissed. Which it won't be, and he's not going to get in. I think it's more like desperation right now. He's not looking that far ahead. And that's why he didn't really think he had to pay that money, even if he lost those cases. It doesn't make any sense. It's like he thinks he's above any law, not just more law than some people, but any law. He's an asshole. So somebody said that also heard on the news this week that the people from Sandy Hook are going to start taking Alex Jones's properties. Let's see if they're going to get away with it, if it's going to work. So that's the next question: are the people from Sandy Hook going to be able to collect some of this money that's owed to them? God, look at all the money they spent moving to all these different places, moving around, and probably on lawsuits, and just they could have been trying to heal up and get over this, and it's been shoved in their face now for 20 years. They ought to hang him up by his heels and tie a string around his dick and jerk it. He's a terrible man. He's a terrible, terrible man. I don't know. They ought to put him and Trump in a cell together. Give him a McDonald's a day, one hamburger to fight over. So, I sound really mean, huh? I feel mean when it comes to these. I hate to read on Alex Jones. I'm just saying his name. But, yeah, are these people going to actually be able to attach some of Alex Jones's property? Oh, I'm sorry, I banged him on it's so much easier to put them back together if you bang him on the wood. Oh, Lord. Well, I think even Alex Jones is worried about it. That's the signifier. He's crying about maybe losing some of his fancy property. There's some kind of announcement coming out on it. This is the foundation of the reading. So there is more information coming back out on this, whether they're going to start seizing some of his property. And didn't at one time his ex-wife start talking about where he had some assets that were hidden? It looks like there's some woman that might end up helping tell where he's got some hidden assets. It may not even be his ex-wife. It may be one of the other women I'm sure he was vile to. Here's justice right on top of him. So this is almost like a yes. And then we got delay, but that's just in the near future. So I never think of this as a long delay or something. They might just have to stop and get one ruling or something. It'd probably be the frickin' Supreme Court or something. It looks like Alex Jones is losing sleep. This is the 7th house. This is his house. He's actually losing sleep worrying about this. Worrying if he's got enough money hid back. Trying to figure out, look at this, how to hide it. But you know, his hopes and fears that they know where his money is, and I think they know where almost all it is already, whoever would be in charge of going after this. And then for the outcome, we got the magician. So that's usually, not magician, magic man. I always have trouble with magician and magician, even when I was young. This isn't because I'm getting senile. It's just that I've never had a whatever. I'm ADD, people. So anyway, yeah, so this is another yes card. So it looks like, yeah, that they're coming after him and they're going to start collecting. I'm going to cut the cards. Are they going to get to collect almost all of it? Yeah, whatever the court said needed to be collected, they're going to take it till there's nothing more to take. So this is somebody worrying about it, worrying about losing his property. I'd say that's Alex Jones. Something's coming out about this right away, and a lot of it's going to be where this money at's going to be detailed by some woman from his past. And here's the judge or the people that go through the assets finding this stuff. It'll get delayed for just a little bit. Alex Jones sick, worrying about it because he's fought this so long and he's skated out of here. And now that they're getting ready to close in on Trump, he's thinking maybe he could get closed in on. This is him still trying to hide the money. And this is his fear is them coming in and taking it. And this is them coming in and taking it. And this is a yes, they're going to take it. And this is going to start paying right away. And this is justice, so that means that they might just get almost all their money before they're through. And I know I think there's hundreds of thousands he owes too, or millions or something, but he's got it. Did you see the finance report on him, what he makes and he's put all his kids and his sisters, cousins, uncles, and aunts made them the business owners now, whatever. I mean, trying to hide that money, but I don't know. It looks like they're going to catch him. Let's hope that the cards are right. They usually are, more so than you realize. I'm going to draw 4 cards, and I'm not going to go into detail of what I feel about it because I feel horrible about it. I feel like something's way wrong. It's like Edgar Allan Poe. But I'm going to draw 4 cards on the House of Windsor, and let's ask about Kate. And I don't usually do this. I don't usually go into anything to do with the palace or much of what's going on in other governments because I don't feel like I know enough about them to do anything about them. But you don't have to know very much to read the cards. I'm just going to see what's going on with, is her name Kate? I guess she's just a princess right now. I bet she don't feel like a princess. I got a feeling, I don't know what happened, but something bad happened. And I don't think it was self-inflicted. And I don't think it was purely medical. And I'm not going to say any more after that. But that's why I want to read on this. So, I'm just going to draw 4 cards and see if I still get that dark feeling that something weird going on. I don't want it to be anything weird, but I just have this, like I said, an Edgar Allan Poe feeling about this whole thing. Well, they say it, unless something came out today, that they've been silent since the 25th of December. It was the last time anybody's heard from her, seen her, talked to her on the phone, and all of a sudden they started homeschooling the kids, so they didn't even want the kids out. They were afraid they might say something they weren't supposed to say. What happened? What happened to her and what happened there? And also, you know, Christmas is always whatever. A family, sometimes a lot of problems come out, whatever. So we've got in the past, in the present, somebody's feeling out in the cold. And I have a feeling this could be William. Not that he's going out in the cold. They'll protect him and hide anything he's ever done. But I don't think he's feeling very good about himself. I think he's feeling alienated from the rest of his family. Let's look at this. That's the challenge, is to get back in their graces. So I think whatever happened to Kate had something to do with him. Just saying. And I've got the hero's journey or the fool, however you want to look at this, is the outcome. So that's what I love about this card. You know, like we all create our own reality, and maybe this could straighten. If this is something that can be fixed, maybe it's something that could get fixed and change the whole direction of the family. I don't know what it was, but I think it's up to them. Whether I'm going to cut these cards and draw another one. If she pulls through this, whatever it is, and you can get it together enough to want to live and stay in that situation, it could be the hero's journey. But let's hope it's not just being foolish and staying where she doesn't need to stay, and I'll just leave it there. I don't know what's going on, but it wasn't good, and it's not good now. And that's, if you're crazy about all these people, I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I've had people asking me and wanting me to read on it, and I just kept saying I don't read on the royals, but I had that horrible feeling, whatever. Let's just go to something else. Say a prayer for all of them and hope that they all get better and they all heal up and whatever's going on works out. So, let's go to something lighter, I hope. Satellite phone, Starlink. I heard some new stuff on that. Let me see if I can find it. And of course, Elon Musk is right in the middle of it. Yeah, Elon Musk. I guess most of the stuff that he does in space and all that stuff is all funded by us, by the United States. You know damn well he's not using much of his own damn money. That's the way these people do things. And so, you know, we paid for most of these satellites, even if he was running the company that got him up there or whatever, you know. It's not like he knows what's in them or anything. He's dumber than a box of rocks. But it's like they're talking about the U.S. military. He wouldn't let them use our U.S. military for this SpaceX for Taiwan. They refused to turn it on. So this was going on a couple of days ago, and I wrote why, and now I haven't heard anything about it for the last 24 hours, but that's the way all this stuff is. You just hear something about it, and then it's gone. Just like I'm not sure that the reason all the phones quit working was because of some software matter. But anyway, I'm not going to go back and mess with that after all this time. But he's such, I think I read on him last time I read. I don't want to read on him every time. But he's such a butthole. So I know he's good friends with Russia. Is he working for the Russians? Let's read one, just this whole thing, to see if it's something to do with that satellite. I want to thank my guides for coming in. They're coming in so hard and so strong. I'm going to have to take a real short break here and go turn the air on. I'm back. Anyway, so Elon Musk. Stack of horse crap. Let's see what you're up to. You're one that should have kept a low profile. He was always kind of my hero, you know, probably everybody else's when nobody knew nothing about him. But now that we know what a menace he is to society and everything else in the whole world, I don't think nobody likes him. Maybe the Russians and all the other abusive leaders all over the world. While we're at it, I think it's on the next page, we'll ask if Elon Musk is the one that's going to give Trump the money to get out of here. That might come through on these cards. Because that came through on like a hit to me a few days ago, and then one of the other card readers, I heard him when they had that, Jen Lynn had that deal on her channel for leap year, and I heard one of them say that Trump was going to get the money from Elon Musk. So let's just see, is Elon Musk going to give Trump the money, and why is he such a... Of course, he's a dual citizen. I think he does have citizenship in the United States, but he's also still got citizenship somewhere else. I don't know if it's in Canada or where he came from. Which wasn't Canada originally, as far as all the mines his parents and stuff, they made all their money out of. That wasn't in Canada, that was somewhere overseas. I can't think of the name of it right now. I can picture it in my mind, but I can't think of their names. Anyway, so Elon Musk. 2 questions. Why didn't you turn the satellites on? And then also, is it going to show in here that maybe he might try to give Trump some money? I think Trump's already talked to him about it. Well, he's trying to block something. We said he's not turning these on. Maybe he turned them on since nobody's heard any more about it. Maybe. Oh, wow. I like this better. No, I thought it was the devil. Partnership. So it starts out with the partnership. So this is probably the partnership he has. We're asking 2 different questions here. I shouldn't have done it this way. But this is, I'd say, with the United States government and stuff, with all the money and all the space crap and all that shit. There is a partnership that he's supposed to honor. I'm sure there's contracts on it. And this is him. Yeah, he was blocking it. The SpaceX Taiwan satellite, he was refusing to turn it on. And that's supposed to be so we can help protect Taiwan from China. See, so it doesn't matter which way you're going, it's where the money comes from. The foundation is secret, so we don't know what's going on. All we can do is guess. But I think our government's just so, I don't know. I want to keep our democracy more than anything in this world, but it's almost like it's almost going to have to be totally rebuilt, and I don't know if anybody's going to have the courage to do that without it falling apart first. And if it falls apart, it might be 300 years before it can get it back together. So let's all pray they figure out how to fix it. Not trying to scare anybody, but it's all top secret what he's doing there. I also think he had something to do with all this business that was going around about using nukes in space on satellites and all that kind of crap too. But anyway, I think Elon Musk was right in the middle of that. Even if it was just putting rumors out, if it was rumors, I think it was more than rumors between you and me. There's some woman that knows his secrets. I hope she don't end up dead or something, but there's some woman that knows a lot about Elon Musk and what goes on in his private business and private, and I think maybe money side of it, although I don't know. That's the money side or private. So this is a yes. But I didn't ask a yes or no question. It says refuse to turn it on. So, and then why? So yeah, he's trying to show that he's powerful, I guess. That would be a power card. And then the sky over this. This would be people taking a really deep look. Maybe they're going to finally start investigating him and see what's going on around him. Why he's they know he's in bed with the whole world. Whoever's got the most money, just like Trump. He is looking back over some money, spare money he's got laying around. And for him, this is spare money. This is like retirement money put back. But maybe a couple of funds or something he's got that he probably got enough money in it to bail Trump out. But I don't think he wants to give it to Trump. I think he's smart enough with his money, he ain't going to give it to Trump. But anyway, he's looking at it. And he knows that they're watching Trump so much that he doesn't want to end up getting sanctioned or having some of his business still shut down or something, put on restriction or something because he's paying off Trump's bills, because that's like a pay for play, like if Trump was to get back in there, which he's not. Nobody worry about Trump getting back in office. He's not. Shows him his hopes and fears as being a bully. Well, I know he loves being a bully. So that would be his hope, to be a bully. Or maybe on some level it would be his hope to shut the bully down. So maybe he's got mixed feelings about helping Trump because we got these cards counterbalancing each other here. And then we got the yes card, but that still doesn't say why. Why? Why would he want to do that? Just to show his power? Show the world his power? This is upside down. My stomach's growling. We got the The Wheel of Fortune upside down. That's something coming to an end and a new beginning. But this is something that needs to come to an end. I don't know what in the hell that would be concerning Elon Musk. But I hope it's not. This is sometimes the White House for me. It's different things for different readers, but this is my White House card. So maybe he just doesn't want the White House telling him who to work with. He wants to work with anybody in the world he wants to work with. But as long as we're financing him, then we need to stop or something. You know, the way he bought Twitter and spent all that stupid money on that when he could have got it for a third of that or less. He's not very smart either. Half of these people that inherited all this money from their papas are not that smart. But I don't think he's juggling money. He's making money hand over foot every day. But this is like juggling money. Maybe he offered to pay some of this money to Trump or something. So that's what I'd say. I don't know. I'm no further with these than I was before I started. I know this is him trying to make a deal, and that's maybe they did call him in about that Taiwan stuff. He was blocking it. We may never know why. Some woman knows why. But yes, he was blocking it. Probably made some kind of deal with Russia or China or something. Who in the hell knows? I know they're the ones that's so worried about Taiwan, they don't want them to survive, just like Russia didn't want Ukraine to survive unless they could take them over. This is the immediate future. They need to go back in and check a bunch of stuff about him. I think they're just realizing how dangerous this little asshole is. And this is him thinking of money he's got put back, where I think Trump did get a hold of him and ask for money. It's not anything. I think you don't want to get mixed up in it. You don't want to be caught money laundering or buying favors, or I don't know. He really don't like Trump at all. Well, it's two peas in a pod, and sometimes we don't like the people that are the most like us. This is a yes card, so this could be maybe something gets worked out about those satellites if it hasn't already. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I'm reading on. I need to get out of this. But we got an upside down Wheel of Fortune. Something's getting ready to change for Elon Musk. Somebody's going to say it's either this way or that way. I don't know. I can't imagine. It's our government. We're so wishy-washy and can't even get money for Ukraine. But I don't want to go there and start bad-mouthing the government. This is him trying to figure out if he could just pay part of this for Trump and Trump could get the rest. Because just in case Trump did win, and he doesn't know for sure that he's not, in his own mind, maybe he thinks Trump will win again. He'd like to have this opening between the White House and him, which would mean more money for him. So he's looking at it from all angles. You don't like Trump, he thinks he's a bully, but he'd sure like to have that in case Trump got elected again. So there's all kinds of different variables going on there. That was kind of a silly question to ask to start with. So what else have we got here? God, time goes fast. It's going to make this a short one. It's already been 50 minutes. So that was the card that was on the bottom, Russia. That's who's pulling Elon Musk's strings. One of these, somebody asked me, is Trump selling secrets overseas? Well, he'd sell his own mother if he could make some money, and he needs to make money now, so I'm sure he is. But let's see. I'm just going to draw 4 cards because there's other questions I want to ask. So is he selling secrets overseas really now? I mean, I'm sure he's been selling them ever since he Probably before he left the White House. I started to say since he left the White House. That's probably why he took all that information with him, but he was probably selling them before. But is he really trying to, has he got a fire sale going on him now, all these top secrets that he's got his hands on? And if not, he can get him on there. So, is Trump selling secrets overseas? I'd say, yeah, he's offering everything. He's offering bullshit, and he's offering ones that would really be dangerous to sell. Yeah, he's open to sell anything. He's open to sell anything. I don't think he's going to get to. He's going to be less apt to be able to sell any secrets right now than he was before all this, because now they're monitoring his money and everything else. But it's sure making him vulnerable, or the United States vulnerable, because he's still got all this stuff. Probably got copies of everything that he had was moving around there. Did you see those copying machines in there? And then on top of that, he's got somebody helped Ivana down the stairs, and they cremated her and buried her in a coffin right away, right about the time they were looking for all this stuff. That was going to be, somebody just keeps writing me and asking me to read on if Jack Smith knows what's in that coffin. They think that he knows so much that he knows what's in that coffin, so maybe we'll just draw 4 cards on that. But this is Trump selling secrets? He's been trying to sell secrets. This is the past. Right now in the present, he's a little bit blocked because he knows he's really being watched. The challenge is getting away with it without having to go over to Saudi Arabia and taking them with him and never returning, like running out because of all these cases that could put him in jail. Look at this. He's talking about it with somebody. Some way he's getting the word out and communicating with somebody. This is a deal, and this is a bad deal. This is a dark deal. I'm going to cut these cards and draw one more card on top. Yeah, I think the news is going to pick this up. I don't think he's very good at it. I think somebody rats him out. Look at this. So this is in the past. Yeah, he's been selling these secrets ever since probably when he was in the White House, just like I said. Right now, he's more blocked than he's ever been because they're watching him so close. Closer than they should have been watching him close ever since they found out he had all this stuff. He's trying to figure out how to move him without getting caught. And making the deals. I don't know how, but some lines are closed, internet, something dark, wet, something's going on where he's making the deals. But I think he's going to get caught. Look at this. I think he's going to get caught. This is probably going to be part of the... Maybe Jack can file the same thing that Eileen Cannon's got and file some of that in the Capitol or something. But I don't know. Maybe he can refile some of that crap if Judge Cannon keeps blocking him. And he's got a... Everybody keeps asking me if he's ready to go. He's ready to go, but you can't go if you don't have a... Anyway, so that's what's going on there. So there's been a 62% drop in the small dollar donations for the RNC. But on top of all that, they're wanting Laura Trump to go in there and maybe not be the top dog, but right under her, from what I believe, the assistant or whatever. And she's supposedly going to take care of the money. She mentioned it. And they asked her right on TV what she'd do with the money, and she said she'd give it to Trump to pay his fines with. So is she going to actually get that position? I mean, he's got him jumping through hoops, licking his boots, and kissing his ass, so... I won't go any further on that. That wasn't the vision I was having. I was being nice. So anyway, what's foolish? They'd be foolish if they let her run them. Let's go ahead and cut them from there. It'd be a very foolish thing to put her in that position. But is she going to get it? I'm only drawing 4 cards. It looks like she maybe already got it. This is the past. Her racing toward it. And they are doing a little bit of investigating. I don't know what they're investigating. I don't know what you have to. Whatever. The challenge is, well, can she help them get enough money back to even run a campaign? And the future is the magician? Well, I know she's not a magician. Magician, not musician. Here we go again with that word. I hate that word. Magic man. So she's not a magic man. Does she think that she can make her magic man father-in-law happy? What's going on here? Okay, Laura Trump. So she's pretty sure she's on her way in there, that somebody's doing some investigating on her. She's already trying to figure out how she's going to get this money to her father-in-law some way, or at least the biggest part of it. Maybe this is Donald Trump cheering her on, but I don't think he's a freaking magician. And somebody's pushing buttons and making deals. I'm going to cut this. More deals. Look at this. Making offers, making deals. A lot of backroom deals going on over this. It's almost like they're not worried about any something just came up and I was reading on my computer. It's almost like they're worried for the rest of the party if she gets in there. Worried that the Democrats will win because they won't get enough money to even run anybody except for the president. The only thing that would be covered would be the president's seat. Let me see. If I can get someone more. I don't want to draw but 4 cards, and I've already drawn 7. I would say, look at the last 3 cards I drew. Yeah, she'll be high up in it, even second place, maybe even first place. And this is her wish card coming true. And this is some bunch of deals being made in back rooms about her taking this position. So I would say maybe she will. If Donald Trump don't end up going tits up before, in the next couple of months, before all the smoke settles and stuff, maybe she will be in there. Looks like she's got some push and shove behind her. She's probably smarter than her pay suit and husband. Okay, here's something everybody's wanting to know. This is going to be my last question. Is Letitia James going to sell off any of Trump's property? I had so many people text me and want me to ask me that question to read on. So Letitia James, is she going to start selling off Trump's property? I hope so. They're picking on Fani Willis. I hope Letitia James makes him a new butthole. So, is Letitia James going to start selling off Trump's property if he don't come up with this money? Well, I don't think he's going to come up with the money. And if he does, it's going to be a very big hazard. If he does end up being president, he's going to owe somebody so much money. So anyway, they're watching him. So is Letitia James going to start selling off his property? She's chomping at the bits. Chomping at the bits. She's been visualizing this for a long time. And in the present, she's strong enough to do it. She's already got the names and numbers of who to contact. There is a challenge. Wow. It's not going fast enough for him. Look at this chariot. She wants to do it yesterday. Do you notice those two main arcana cards? And here's yes. Not yes, but hell yes. She's, in the past, she's visualized, she's had good dreams visualizing about this after all the shit he's given her and everybody else. And the present, she's got the strongest case and she can do it. The challenge is how fast can she do it? And this is, I'll show you what I can do. So I would say yes, that's a good thing to end this on, sweet people. I want to thank anybody that's watched this long and let you know how much I appreciate you. And sorry I didn't get one out on Sunday morning. Here it is, going to be out Friday morning because it's late, already 10 o'clock on Thursday night. But anyway, anybody wants a reading, LynnTarotReadings@gmail.com. And put your phone number in there. And I love you all and bless you all and namaste.